Hi there, tech people. I'm your host, Sean Worker. Good to have you join us for yet another Adapter TechX show where we explore the current and near future business trends and fads in the service industry across travel, retail, and hospitality. Big shout out to those that power us up at Hunter Gatherer and our friends over at No Vacancy Live, Glenn Hausman and crew. If you want to learn more about hospitality, tune in there. And why we're here? Well, it's really great to have Aaron Turner, founder and CEO of Heads of Commerce. They bring the best and brightest commerce talent to agencies and professional services firms, you know, in this world of struggling to find the best expertise in e-commerce. Heads of Commerce do it the best. It's great to see you, Aaron. And like I said, I think as we were warming up, I learned more from you than most people. So it's great to have you on. So you're the entrepreneurial guy. What made Heads of Commerce come to fruition and why?
Yeah, well, Sean, one, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. I always learn just as much from you as you probably learn from me. So it's always great chatting.
It's getting deep in here already. They're going to tune in.
Well, in short, you know me, I'm a people person. I love e-commerce. I love doing what I love. And what I love is talking with, the best and brightest e-commerce experts about e-commerce. And I think it's fun finding really smart people, learning, teaching, debating, user experience, tech platforms, marketing strategies. And this always turned into, people looking for career consulting or looking for a job or a recommendation. So I thought, why not? This is a perfect time to help people find that perfect company, and likewise help clients find that perfect individual and make marriages happen. And for the last year, I've had the pleasure of making a lot of marriages happen between e-commerce professionals and clients.
You have a deep background in technology, and maybe if we could just, focus in on debates that we've been having with others about what are the right talents and how do you find the right CIO, the right CTO, the leader of the organization? Because it seems that, even that's pretty hard to find somebody with a perspective that is going into the fourth age of change. What are those traits, Aaron, that you're hunting for in filling a CIO role or a CTO role, or just your own personal experience?
Yeah, I think the first thing is you need folks that are thirsty for learning. In today's commerce marketplace, there's customizations, there's apps, there's extensions to every single platform, whether it's Commerce Cloud, Shopify, Facebook, Google. It doesn't matter what the platform is. There's all these extensions to make these platforms complete. And so you really have to stay up on the ecosystem and everything going on a constant basis. So what I find is people thirsty for learning and want to learn and actually encourage their teams and their people to actually go to conferences and to learn and to do a lot of research. That's equally as important as a Java skill set, a JavaScript skill set, a Liquid skill set, because the skill sets of today aren't the same skill sets that would be needed, a week from now, a month from now, or definitely not a year to 2 years from now.
I mean, how do you drag that out of somebody in a conversation? How do you?
You have to have deeper level
conversation. Find that truth.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a deeper level conversation, and that's why I think our business is set apart from most recruiting agencies. We know e-commerce. We are industry experts in commerce, so we can have a deep level conversation, not about, well, what's the right syntax for this JavaScript? What makes a great ad campaign? We are digging into the details of, ROI. How do you change this campaign for this product on this marketing channel to increase ROI? We're diving into specific details within e-commerce for each one of these people, and just to see how they respond. They don't have to have the right answer, but understanding where they seek the answer, how they attack problems, it requires both an industry expertise in the skill set, but also an industry expertise in the business goals themselves.
And with this whole thing, now probably it's not new to tech, but work from home, balance of life, all of these socio-economic but social norms are being evaporated in front of our eyes. How do you find that leader that has the people traits, the distributed workforce traits, and equally the technical traits all in one package?
Yeah, no, I think everyone's learning right now where the boundaries are, because I think for a period of time, for a couple of years, there has been no boundary, right? I know firsthand what it's like to work in a home office when you're used to working in a physical office for 20 years, right? And it's a challenge, that separation, not being able to make it upstairs for dinner, explaining that to your kid when before you were in an office, so they kind of understood, oh, daddy or mommy's at work. But when you're in the office and you can't make time for dinner, that's a real problem. So I think that people, especially your more seasoned veterans, have come to the realization that forcing their people to have a proper work-life balance and to set those boundaries, and actually, documenting what those boundaries are, because a lot of my clients will actually set out what those boundaries are, because they don't want their people working, at dinner time, during family time. They know if they hire the right people, their folks are just 100% in on the company. So they're going to get the extra time. They're going to get the extra support. But they also feel like burnout is a very big thing. So forcing people to take vacation, forcing people to have that family time, and kind of making it a rule that you can't miss family time, even if you're working from home. I'm seeing that more and more, and a lot more emphasis from human resource groups and people managers, and certainly C-level executives are more focused on that, so that people can have the right headspace to do an awesome job instead of just doing an okay job, burnout.
So we probably shift gears, and of course, everybody can continue to listen onto this conversation when we get over to the podcast side. But, just rapid fire, what are you thinking about? What are trends and fads in tech right now?
Trends and fads. So trends, never stop learning. From a people standpoint, just stay up on industry trends. From a client standpoint, there's a trend right now of hiring talent acquisition people, because it's hard to find talent. I think it is a fad, because I think if many companies focus more on retention versus hiring new, I think that has to be a core component of the strategy. Shopify and e-commerce continues to be high demand skill set. So I see a lot more industry events showing back up after COVID. I see a lot more education events trying to teach people e-commerce platforms like Adobe, like Shopify. So I think that continues to be a trend. I think work from home is an obvious trend that's going to stay, especially from a technology standpoint. So I think these are some of the larger trends.
Well, as always, this has been the quick sprint conversation, and it's amazing how 10 minutes just disappears. So thanks for taking the time to just share a bunch of stuff, like thirst for learning. This is on trend with working from home, but equally task versus time. It's not about the time you put in, it's delivering the task and having that flexibility to deliver on point. And then finally, Shopify and EComm is here to stay. So what a great few minutes to spend with you. And don't forget to look us up at theadapters.net and Adapter TechX. We're home, and thanks again.